Hi, let's talk. Before I talk, please allow me to drink. I'm so tired. I just came back from grocery shopping, going out with my parents, and also arranging the documents for me to start my career as a teacher. Damn, I'm becoming a teacher. But honestly, to talk about it now doesn't feel like too surreal because I have been through 5 years in the Institute of Teacher Education as a teacher trainee, as an undergraduate, to prepare to be a teacher. And now that I'm actually becoming a teacher, and this is like my final step before I'm officially a teacher, it feels deserved. It feels like, wow, I've been through all those for this. Like, this is the finale of the starting career of mine. It feels great, honestly, alhamdulillah. And I don't have complaints about that. I think the things that happened in the past are meant to happen to reshape me to become what I am today, and so does the people around me. And the way they view me, the perspectives, the way I view them, it's all have been curated very well. I think it's a good trait to have, which is acceptance of the fate after all of the efforts that we have poured into. So I don't really have any complaints about that. The more surreal part of this journey, I think it's not the fact that I'm becoming a teacher, but more to growing as an adult, fitting myself into a shape to form something that I was not before, too mature. That kind of scares me more than becoming a teacher. That part kind of feels more surreal to me. As a person that have witnessed a lot of adults becoming so lost after hitting that point of their life, which is the point where your whole realm and identity and reality is shifting into something you're not familiar with, that scares me a lot. I have seen a lot of adults getting so confused, not having clarity of what to do with their future and their current self, and I do not want to become like that. I am a person that is beyond willing to take risk. So for me to take risk, I need to have preparation. I feel the need to prepare for everything. Of course, the things that I have control of, and the things that I cannot control both excites me and scares me, because I'm not sure of what the consequences are and how spontaneous would I need to be to handle those situations. So it got me thinking a lot, and those are the things that I have been jotting down and noting down in my journal because of how much it impacted the way I think. I am very open to changes, but I'm not open to bad changes. I am very strict with myself, and I'm not sure about how to feel about shifting my mindset. I am terrified with the fact that the people that are going to surround me in the future, which I don't even know now, will affect and influence the way I think of life And I don't want to end up being burnout and not having the time and attention for myself or for the people that I care about. That worries me a lot, especially when talking about the future. It's so unpredictable. It's so exciting. It's so scary. It's everything in one. And to say that I'm becoming a teacher, people might think, oh, she's going to have like a stable salary, she's going to feed enough, she's going to not have any problems, she's going to have a stable life. I think that's a stereotype. People tend to over expect the good things and over expect the bad things. I have heard about this in my lecture because I've been taking like an online course on Coursera, and it's about the science of well-being as a whole in general. The professor mostly talked about happiness, how we tend to overlook the things that makes us unhappy and the things that makes us happy. A lot of things that she mentioned shows that our brain cannot think and judge in terms of obsoletes, meaning that our judgment, the way that we think, are mostly not very accurate if we were about to compare it to the reality that is actually happening. We might think that maybe getting a secure job, a stable job, like being a teacher, for example, will make me or the teachers happy for like a long time and maybe have less problems because they have enough money to feed their family off with it. But it's a total stereotype, and it shows in the data. When you ask people and they give verbal responses, it doesn't show. But when you show them the data, then it will show. And also, I've learned about hedonic adaptation yesterday in the lecture, and it's basically about how experience is more valuable than materialistic things. And I think this is also a deeper scope into why most people say that personality matters more than materialistic things or values when we are looking for a partner. Because the way they think, their mindset, the way they act about it, their reactions, and of course their personality as a whole will impact you in the long run, while material things are stagnant. Once you have them, nothing changes. The professor was talking about how it affects our happiness. The way she describes it is by comparing buying expensive stuff for yourself or going to a trip to a place you really wish you can go. She compares these two. Would you rather go to a trip, or would you rather buy something expensive for yourself? Now, if you buy something expensive for yourself, it might make you happy, but only in a short amount of time. When you buy it, oh, you're happy, you're over the roof, you can use it however you want. But as time goes by, the value of the thing that you buy, that you have bought, drop down. Meanwhile, an experience, if you go on a trip, maybe to Paris, for example, it's the dream vacation that you have, and you invest your money in the experience itself rather than buying something materialistic. The experience makes you happy for the longer times because it stays there, it stops. It's not, you don't have it constantly. It's something that you talk about constantly, but you don't have it in your hand like material does. When it comes to experience, people tend to think that they would be happier if they live somewhere else, maybe the dream place, they would want to live there like permanently and have a happy life. But no, everyone is experiencing all kinds of different struggles. We just don't know because we expect whatever we see online or whatever we heard about, whatever we did not witness directly. Those things are usually far off from our expectations. I think this is a concept that not a lot of people understands and needs to be exposed to a lot of people. Happiness is something that you can gain by constantly looking for it, constantly seeking for it, not staying stagnant in place. Happiness is something that you can gain and prolong when you don't give up in finding it. Say that marriage, for example. Married couples are usually in their honeymoon phase for the first, like, it's different for everybody. Say that for the first 3 or 4 years, they are in the best times of their life. They're so happy, they're going to places, and then things started to wear off. Their happiness value drops down significantly slowly. This is a very common experience for everyone. So if you had to choose between buying material things and going for an experience, choose the experience. I would choose the experience because it's something that you can keep and not have to take away the happiness from it. You can brag about it to your friends, to everyone, and you can have like the pictures and so on and the videos, but you're never gonna get like tired of it because it's a one-time experience. You know how to value it. But if it's like something that you can easily get and maintain, not even easily, maybe the process of getting it is hard for you, is difficult. But for some people, when you get the thing and then you are able to maintain it, it loses its value. So yeah, a bit of a sharing on hedonic adaptation, and the lesson to honestly just do not stay stagnant with your life. Have an open mind to keep on experiencing different things and accept and adapt to changes rather than staying still, because that's how you best learn and that's how you best gain the things or the stuff, the values that you have not received before. That's how you open up to blessings, by being more open to life. How does hedonic adaptation relates to my process of becoming a teacher? Is because I need to adapt later to a lot of stuff, especially when I'm exposed to a new community that I am so not familiar with. The new personalities, the new students, the new strategies, the new obstacles, a lot of things. I think hedonic adaptation will be adaptable in that context and situation. So yeah, be open to life as much as it aligns with your value. There are times when we have our quiet times, but also don't stay there. If I were to advise myself something, whether it's in the past or myself in the future, it will be to not give up in opening yourself to life's possibilities. It's a lot to talk about, but I'll leave it at that. If my future self is watching this, she will understand. So yeah, that is all. Bye. Thank you for listening.